Well, I'm gonna get my my canoe ready for some trips this summer, and what better time to do it than in the snow. This is a North Wind, or North Star Canoe North Wind Solo, and it's in an IXP layup, which is, I think, just about the toughest composite canoe out there, from the research that I've done anyway. It's mostly or all Negra with some Kevlar in the center, but I can't remember how many layers of Negra. I think it's like 7 or 9 or something like that. Anyway, what I want to do is, it came with sitting drops, and those are a lower seat position for sitting, and it has, this is the drop. But this isn't the one that was sitting. The sitting one, the seat was, down about this low. So your center of gravity was lower in the canoe. But what I wanted to do was put kneeling sitting drops in here, which puts the seat at a little bit of an angle. So when you kneel and you rest your butt on it, it's more comfortable. But you can always sit on it too. You'll just be up higher. So when you get into whitewater and stuff, you can kneel and get your center of gravity even lower than with this sitting drop seat position. And then when you're on calm water, you can still sit comfortably and stuff. And then also, I just received my Cooke sewing spray deck. What it is, it's like a tarp that goes over the top of your deck, so water that comes over will hit the tarp or spray deck, and not into the boat. It'll wash over the sides, keep you drier, keep the boat drier, so you can do a little bit higher whitewater, because your boat won't swamp. Which I did some whitewater with my dog, and we took on a big wave, and we had quite a bit of water in the boat, and the dog was soaked. So that'll alleviate that. It also cuts down on wind resistance on flat water paddling in big lakes. The boat won't move as much in the wind, won't be less susceptible to wind pushing it around, because it'll be more like aerodynamic. And also it'll keep me warmer and stuff in colder temps. So I've already taken off the seating drops. And all it is a bolt and a Phillips screwdriver on the top, and you just crack that bolt, take it off, and these drop down. It comes with the kneeling sit drops come with their own screws that aren't quite as long as the sitting drops, and you just slide it up over the top, put the seat on, and then put the bolts underneath it, tighten everything up. February 25th, and this is one of only a handful of days this winter that has been in the 20s. Otherwise, it's been teens and mostly single digits. So it doesn't feel cold at all right now. I'm actually hot and kind of starting to sweat just from putting in a screw, because my body is so used to being freezing cold this year. So it's a great day to do this. It's beautiful out. If you lived in Florida, you'd be dying, but yeah, so in the sitting position, I'm going to be quite a bit higher, which will be nice for fishing and stuff, and I'll be able to see more, like scout out the rapids better. It'll be a little tippier, but then I'll be able to now slide my feet under and get even lower in the boat now. Plus bracing my legs and stuff against the boat to more lock yourself in will give you a little bit better control too. So try it out and see if I like it. If I don't, I can switch back. I also picked up a North Star kneeling pad. Look how big this thing is. It's gonna be perfect for my dogs too, to lay on. Doesn't soak up water, sticks to the bottom of the canoe. Shaped, angled a little bit. And it'd be great for putting in the tent too, camping for the dogs to sleep on. So here is the spray deck. You can kind of get the gist of what it's about. So I can keep the back deck on. It's a double Velcro. I left that actually goes underneath the front deck, and double Velcros. But you can take this and roll it up, have my dog in front, open canoe, and then the back half I could have it enclosed. All my gear would be underneath there then. Tree stands, you know, you buy a tree stand, it always comes with that 5-point harness you never use when you throw it away. Well, I don't throw them away, I keep them. And I didn't know why until just now. So I stopped installing the cover because I would have had to do it in the snow. And I'm like, you know what? I could use some sawhorses for my canoes. Straps like that. And then I'm building 2 of these. And then they'll be able to collapse down and just kind of fold and not take up so much room. Easy to set up and stuff, and I think they'll be just fine. They're a little wobbly. I could make these thicker, you know, if it doesn't work out, but so far I got 1 done, you know, working just fine. So if I get 2, it'll work good for the bow and stern. I'll set it on there. And since I have 2 canoes there, I got my solo canoe. I just bought another solo canoe, and I have an aluminum canoe for a total of 5 and 2 kayaks. By spending 2 hours on this, I don't think it'll go to waste. The first thing it says to do is to put a piece of duct tape around the entire boat and keep the top edge of the duct tape a 1/4 inch below the gunnel. So I got that portion done, and a 1/4 inch is about the thickness of a construction pencil. So once you start kind of getting the, I mean, I pretty much just eyed it up the entire way, but it looks like it's pretty good. So I got the tape placed all the way along the top edge of the canoe, and the top edge of the tape is about a 1/4 inch below the gunnel. And then I took the stern part of the spray deck, placed it in the corner, hooked it on the edge because it's sewn like that, and then brought it over to here, kind of centered it up on the seat so both edges are overlapping the gunnels at the same amount. And then what I'm going to do is take these snaps and you push in, and it transfers that dimple onto the tape, and then you know where to drill. So I've taped it down where I have some play, where that snap I'm looking at doing it on the tape and then getting it on a flat spot of the canoe, because up here there's a lot of tumble home, so I don't want to be right on the curved section. I want to get that snap on a flat spot. The other thing I want to do is put it up a little bit higher to give this more slack, so if when I have gear underneath and stuff, it'll fit under there. And also, this isn't so tight that during different temperatures it's going to be a real pain to pull this over and snap it. I don't want it to be hard to put on. So you don't want to do this when it's real humid out, because the fabric will have stretched a little bit. And then when you're putting it on, you're going to be putting the snaps on too far below the gunnels, because the fabric's a little stretched out than it normally would be. And then when it is less humid, you go to put your cover on and the fabric will have shrinked, and it's going to be a real pain to get it on. So it's not very humid today. In the instructions, after you get this portion done, that you're not going to put in the rivet for this snap. It says, do not fit taut. The cover will shrink with age and humidity. The cover fits together with the Velcro, matching at the Velcro covered closest to the stern. This one, closest to the stern. This is the back of the canoe. The other strip of Velcro is if your load sticks up a bit, you can shift the entire cover downward one set of snaps toward the stern of the canoe, toward the back of the canoe. Do not put a snap in the hull for the last snap on the bow end, the front end of the stern cover, okay? So the bow end, the front end of your stern cover, or the cover towards the back of the canoe. So we'll not put a snap here. Just start ours here. We'll drill those out on both sides, put the rivet in, snap it, and then work our way down. Now I guess the next step is to put holes in my beautiful boat, which is scary. So we'll do that next. We have to use a 1/8 inch drill bit. So this is all the hardware that comes with it. These are marked. These are the little bit longer rivets, and it says that in the instructions, and that's for the thicker parts of the hull on the ends of the boat. And it's actually written on there. And then you have the regular size rivets, washers, and the snaps. He also sends you a rivet gun. I think it's pretty cheap. I forget what it costs or whatever, but it's minimal. So I have the first rivet installed, and I'll show you how I did it, because now I know how to do it. Now that I have the snap attached to that side, I'm just coming over and double checking my measurement here from the end of the material to that screw for the seat is 3 1/4 inches, and on this side, so I made my dimple, drilled my hole. Now I'm just tearing this tape up. So I got that tape out of the way, and then what you do is you take the regular size rivet, because we're not at the end where the material gets thicker yet. Put the rivet inside. Then you take the snap with the larger flat end away from the tool, and it's got to be seated nice and tight against here. And then we'll push that into the hole, and then the washer goes on the back side, and then you push the washer onto the rivet and against the hull firmly, both of them squeezing together, and then work the tool, and there you go, the snap is set in there. So I can take this now and snap it on, and then I'm just going to go to this one next, and then to that one, and then to that one, and then back over to this one, and continue all the way down the boat. Alright, so I did this one first, then I did the opposite one, then the one next to it. Now I'm jumping back over to here. So I have snapped those in, and now I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to push that snap into the tape. I'm just going to take this off, unsnap that, grab my drill. Now there's a dimple showing. I don't know if you can see that or not. And then I'm going to drill right in the middle of that dimple. I'm going to peel this tape back, grab the rivet tool, Put the rivet inside. And then the snap with the largest flat end away from the tool. Grab my washer in my other hand. Place it in the hole. Put the washer on the back side. Push everything firmly against the hull so the hull is sandwiched real tight. And then work that handle. And then it's in. Here we go. All right, we have the stern portion done. All the snaps are on, and I wasn't able to put these snaps on at the end because the float tanks go across there, so there's no way to get in there on the back side. But otherwise, this is a taunt fit anyway. That's not coming off, and it turned out pretty good. This side's a bit better than the other side. There's no real creases or anything on this side, but on this side you can see that I could have stretched these apart just a little bit better because there's a little gather of material. But otherwise, I think it turned out well. Still have some room in there. Took me a while, you know. You gotta have some time, probably half a day, to do this because you don't want to screw it up.
Last one?
Last one. Now, how long this took?
Couple hours.
Couple? I would say like
3.
5.
Hasn't been 5, but it's been a while.
There we go.
What do you think, Rudy? Dad got your canoe ready for you in end of February?
Put it on pretty quick. All right, it's got a sleeve for a paddle. And I don't know if this is how it's supposed to be made, but like, look at this map case is Velcroed on the back, and then it's got those buckles. I was looking at that earlier, and you put the handle like that and Velcro it. It can't come out. And then if you drop the other paddle, you can slide it out like that. I don't know if that's how it's made or what. It does have some buckles here, so I'm sure you can strap it in from the side too. But the map case has Velcros on the back side and then buckles. And actually, I think it has a whistle. Pretty cool. Spray skirt has a snap and is kind of Velcroed back and forth. It's got a cinch strap you put around you, and then you can grab this, open it up to get out of the canoe if you flip over in whitewater or something. It's got the straps for the ropes for the front and back painters. And then you can unvelcro this. And because it's got 2 pieces, you can unsnap it. And then come back one. back. You gain that extra fabric, and then you can attach to the back here. Put over your pack and stuff. All right, pretty cool. I paid a little extra for the map case and the sleeve for the paddle. Then you have the spray skirt that you can kind of cinch and bind up. And otherwise, when you're in whitewater, you can take this off. Snaps, you draw it up. Then you have a spray skirt, which you can grab this handle, pull it to free yourself to get out. And then if you have a dog, you can just take the entire bow portion off. And I could put my gear in the back and the dog in the front, or vice versa. Bruin, come on, inside. Come on, in here. Jump in, come on. Get in here, come on, get your butt. Get in here, come on. Good boy, sit. There. Because you don't want to put a dog in here with the spray skirt in the front if the dog's in front, because if you had a little dog, you could get trapped in there.